In recent weeks, a scenario that until recently seemed like pure science fiction has been increasingly discussed in tech and investment circles. Elon Musk is laying the groundwork for launching free robotaxi rides for users of the Tesla ecosystem. This is not about the distant future, but about a concept that, according to insiders, is already being considered inside the company as a strategic step once autonomous driving reaches a new level. Authoritative outlets including Bloomberg and The Information note that Tesla has sharply accelerated full self-driving development in recent months, is actively scaling computing capacity, and at the same time is reshaping its business model away from car sales towards services and subscriptions. This is where the key idea emerges. If a car becomes fully autonomous, it stops being just a vehicle and turns into an asset capable of generating revenue, or, conversely, providing a service almost for free with indirect benefits for the entire ecosystem. According to sources close to internal discussions at Tesla, a model is being considered in which free or conditionally free robotaxi rides would be available to Tesla owners, FSD subscribers, Tesla network users, as well as those deeply integrated into the company's ecosystem, from charging infrastructure to energy services and loyalty programs. The logic is simple. If a person has already bought a Tesla, pays for an autopilot subscription, and uses Powerwall or Solar Roof, the company can afford to subsidize their rides, turning robotaxis into part of a unified user experience. Analysts note that Musk has repeatedly used similar strategies in the past, cutting prices to capture markets and secure long-term dominance, and free rides in this case are seen as a tool to disrupt the traditional taxi and urban transport market. Sources emphasize that in reality, this is not about free for everyone forever, but about a multi-tier model where a ride formally costs nothing to the user, but is recouped through subscriptions, data, in-cabin advertising, partner services, and growth in the overall value of the Tesla ecosystem. According to experts, if Tesla robotaxis can operate without a driver, 24 hours a day, with minimal electricity and maintenance costs, the cost per ride could fall to just a few cents per kilometer, making free rides economically viable at least in limited scenarios. At the same time, regulation remains the key factor. According to Reuters, Tesla is already in active talks with authorities in certain US states and Asian countries about testing fully autonomous services without a human behind the wheel, and local approvals could become the first step toward launching such programs. Inside the company, sources say a phased rollout is being considered. First free rides for Tesla owners within pilot zones, then expansion to ecosystem users, and only after that a potential move to the mass market. Experts stress that if Tesla follows this path, the consequences for the industry will be massive. Uber, Bolt, and traditional taxi fleets will come under pressure, and cities will face a new reality in which private cars and public transport begin to lose their relevance. In this context, the idea of free robotaxis looks not like charity, but like an aggressive strategic move capable of cementing Tesla's role as the dominant player in future mobility. And although there has been no official announcement yet, more and more signs indicate that Elon Musk is indeed considering free or nearly free rides as the next logical step after achieving full autonomy. And if this scenario is realized, it could change not only the taxi market, but the very structure of urban life. Continuing this line, analysts emphasize that the idea of free robotaxis fits perfectly into a broader strategy that Elon Musk has been promoting for many years, transforming Tesla from an automaker into a global technology platform. Essentially, this is the same approach once used by IT giants, first giving users extremely cheap or free access to a core service, and then monetizing the ecosystem around it. In the case of robotaxis, the ride itself may become merely an entry point, while real value is created through subscriptions, services, data, and deep integration with other company products. Sources at investment banks note that Tesla is already viewing autonomous transport as the foundation for a new type of economy, where a car does not sit idle 95% of the time, but is constantly in motion, earning money or providing a service. In such a scenario, free rides for part of the user base look not like a cost, but like an investment in scale and loyalty. According to industry experts, Tesla can afford to subsidize rides for its vehicle owners or ecosystem users using revenues from FSD, the energy business, data storage, and even future advertising formats that may appear inside autonomous cabins. Closed analytical reports state that an autonomous robotaxi cabin is an ideal environment for personalized content. AI knows the route, trip duration, passenger interests, and can offer ads, services, or subscriptions with a level of precision unavailable to any smartphone. This is why free rides are seen as a way to sharply increase user numbers and hours of interaction with the Tesla ecosystem. At the same time, it is important to understand that Musk, according to sources, does not plan to launch such a model globally all at once. Rather, the focus is on pilot zones, specific cities or districts where regulators are willing to cooperate and infrastructure is already prepared. In these zones, free or nearly free rides could become a tool to influence authorities and public opinion, demonstrating the advantages of autonomous transport over traditional taxis and public transit. Experts stress that if Tesla can prove the safety and economic efficiency of robotaxis, cities themselves will be interested in such services, as they potentially reduce road congestion, lower accident rates, and optimize traffic flows. In this context, free rides may be seen as part of a partnership between Tesla and municipalities, where the company takes on part of the transport burden in exchange for favorable operating conditions. The social effect also deserves special attention. According to analysts, mass access to free or ultra-cheap robotaxis could change people's attitude toward car ownership itself, especially in megacities. If a ride is available at the push of a button and requires no cost, the need to buy a personal car simply disappears for many, which in the long term could radically reshape the market. At the same time, Tesla, unlike traditional automakers, only benefits from this shift, as its business increasingly moves towards services, software, and AI. Sources also note that Musk views robotaxis as a key element of future autonomous logistics, from food and goods delivery to integration with energy systems and smart cities. Free rides in this case become just the first step toward a much larger transformation, where transport ceases to be a service in the traditional sense and becomes part of digital infrastructure. That is why, according to insiders, the phrase mobility as a platform is being heard more and more often inside Tesla, rather than ride-hailing service. And although there are no official statements today about launching free robotaxi rides, the combination of indirect signals, accelerated autonomy development, rising investment in AI, talks with regulators, and a shift in Musk's rhetoric suggests that the company is indeed preparing a radical move. Experts largely agree that if Tesla manages to implement even part of this scenario, we may witness one of the largest shifts in the history of urban mobility, comparable in scale to the emergence of automobiles in the early 20th century.